Hi, welcome to another Mad Chats and Recaps with myself and Tasha's here this week. Hello,
Yay!
Tasha.
Hello.
Welcome back. It feels, maybe it hasn't been a couple weeks, but it feels like it's been a couple of weeks
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
since we've been able to sync up our schedules. So
I know,
I'm so glad to
which
have
is
you
fine.
here. A
Thanks.
lot more interesting than me talking to myself.
I mean, I try not to leave you hanging.
Sure. No, it's fine.
It's fine.
Life happens.
It does.
Um, so these are the recaps for the week of April the 17th through April the 23rd of 2023. And we'll start with our first campaign of the week, Sundered Fate, which happens on Tuesdays.
Ooh,
And Tasha, let us know what happened in Sundered Fate this
you
past week.
know, a lot of shit happens. Let's see.
Mm.
So the pit fight, that's where we started, began between Tuna and their long sought enemy, a brutal fight of magic, steel, and wills. As the blows were struck and returned, it became a battle of endurance. Sadly, with a particularly heavy strike, Tuna fell.
Oh.
Bleeding from their throat, they found themselves in a familiar darkness, but in the distance, a light. And soon the light was large in the sky above. The moon never looked so beautiful. And in the distance, a strong wolf's howl. Then many. Tuna realized that one of those howls was their own. Awakening back in the pit, they took their hybrid werewolf form and viciously resumed the fight, this time being victorious.
Oh.
Tuna dragged their enemy's body to the locker room for questioning, and their party met up with them. The security in the area was closing in. Getting the answers they sought, they and the rest of the party left the ship for the lake bed. Thaikati asking Tuna to bring this baddie to them.
Oh no.
Yeah. A whirlpool formed and sucked the baddie out of the water and up into the sky.
Oh.
Which was that was fun.
Oh.
The party searched the lake bed for the treasure chest they were here to find. After procuring it, they discovered a door laid flat on the lake bed. It's all come back. Curious, Feora asked for the okay to open it. And with everyone's approval, she
Well,
did
well.
so. I was very hesitant, or not me, Legion was very hesitant because it always concerns me when random shit pops up in
Sure.
DM's work. It
Yeah.
makes me nervous. But anyways, it opened into Maze's Manor and walking, which was where we met um Marguerite, I believe was what their
Okay.
name was. Yeah,
Okay.
we fought in this place before. And walking about inside was none other than Nethrana. Oh, so she leapt down through the maze manor toward the door as Feora and everyone slammed the door shut. The door began resounding with a terrible bang as the water began to heat, like it was boiling. The terrible sound of that banging on the door would haunt them for the next several days as they fled Sunhaven to return to Obermon's mill. It was scary as hell, okay? I once
Sunhaven
primped
wasn't the
myself for this
best.
person. Huh?
Sunhaven wasn't didn't seem like the best of places.
No. No. And now we know where Nethrana is.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Good.
That was
I'm
a
good.
lot.
I'm good. Yeah, it
The
was
door, the maze, the maze meaner.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ladrin like burned her hand but didn't.
the
So
whole fight in and of itself. And you don't know what happened to what's their face, to Tuna's enemy? Like they got
uh
sucked up by water and you just don't know?
it was
You
they
have
were
no
thrown up
idea
into the
what
sky to
happened
go
to
back
them.
to Thaikati. I don't
Okay.
know. I'm gonna take
Okay.
it as like Thaikati has this baddie and is gonna deal with them
And Takati, isn't that
appropriately.
like that's of the wind, right? Isn't that like a god of the wind or something?
I would have to ask
Okay.
Tuna.
Okay. I'm
It's
pretty
later in
sure because I feel
yeah.
like I looked it up for the Forsaken for something like a special what is the name of it? I don't know. A list of things that was going to happen in the future. And it was very it wasn't wow, my words are completely gone today. It wasn't straightforward, and there was something about Takati winds blowing, which was, and the group kept being like, who's Takati? Like, who is, and it's like, it's the god of, I think it's the god of
I
wind.
think it's a storm. It's a storm
Okay. Okay.
primordial.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because there was lightning involved and wind and storms and yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I pay attention.
Interesting. All right. Well, a lot of stuff happened. I'm excited to see what happens next. Should
Yeah.
be pretty darn exciting.
More
Um,
drama.
yeah. All right. So next we have In Extremis, which happened this week. After being off for a couple of weeks. So, with the terrifying nightmare creature gone, the humanoid who rose from its ashes, Ren, after a brief introduction, states that they must visit the fourth floor of the Macaw Island's estate's basement. Explaining that first they must meet the rest of the crew, Ashavar takes them inside the estate to find Sia and the others. After explaining how they became the nightmare creature, Rin surprisingly reveals to the group the function and purpose of some of the basement floors in the estate that the group didn't really know exactly what their purpose was. It's all still a mystery to them since they found the estate. Um, and also some of like what's inside the rooms as well, like the purpose of things. Um, Rin also explained that they're an archfey and have been alive and bound to the island for quite some time. Even remembering Zia, who grew up on the island, who was a child on the island, remembering Zia and her siblings and her parents from all those years ago. In this outpouring of information, Zia learns more about her past as well as more about how the group need to proceed in their quest, like things that they need to do, extra things we need to do, which is a little discouraging for Zia. Later, as Rin studied in the library, with Sadie keeping a not so subtle watch, Zia and Elena explore the basement and the strange bag of communication on one of its floors before heading to bed for the night. The bag of communication we've received, like, I think Breelith put a note into the bag, like, "Hi, this is Breelith. We're here on the island," because that's very Breelith. And they sent a note back of like, "Who is this? This isn't, and basically mentioning Zia's father. Like, this isn't so and so. Who is this?"
Oh.
And we never responded back until I think they sent something on Saturday. So
Ooh.
yeah, I think so, or at least that I think that Ren, this interesting archfey who turned themselves into a nightmare creature, told them more about it. So they had a lot of information. Sadie was
Yeah.
very suspicious because it's like, you were this weird creature for several years and now all of a sudden you're okay and can and have all this information for us, like, sus. Sadie was very
Sus.
sus about the situation. So yeah, so I guess next week or next session we should be going into one of the basement floors, where Ren wants to go, this archfey.
Okay.
And Ren says that there should be things like kind of saying that they need our help to fight things. So
Okay.
yeah, it'll be Sadie's and Elena's first battle with the group since we've joined. So since our characters have joined, so super
Nice.
excited.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for In Extremis. I'm super excited for the battle next week. I'm super excited to kind of, I mean, this archfey has like told us a lot about them. Like they're still kind of regaining their power. They don't have all their power yet. And
Ooh.
supposedly this floor in the basement is going to give them back some of their power. Which is a little scary,
Yeah.
but also like we kind of saved them from being a nightmare creature. Like we helped them not be a nightmare creature. So I think that we're kind of, betting that, hoping that they're our friend.
They
Then
owe you now.
right.
Yeah.
That's what we're betting on. So
Yes.
um,
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
so that's all of our recaps for this week. Next couple of months, 2 or 3 months, we should have some more shows to recap. So this will be a little bit longer. As far as announcements go, other than check out our merch store and our website at madbirdstreams.com. We are, trying to keep our YouTube uploaded. So if you've missed any old episodes and they've already gone off of Twitch or they're not on Twitch, be sure you can check them out there because we try to keep that pretty up to date, at least by a few weeks.
Yep.
Our newest campaign, Sundered Fate on Tuesdays. Great time to catch up if you haven't been watching or missed some episodes. And and we don't have any birthdays, no other announcements. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right. And then we'll have, of course, as I said, Penumbra Assembly Season 2 will be starting up in the next 3 months, as well as a new campaign on Fridays, DM by Dan. Me and Tasha will be in that one. I'm super excited.
I'm so
Um,
excited. I almost have that character's shawl
mm-hmm.
crocheted. I'm working on the border right now, so it'll be all ready by the time we
Yay!
stream. So excited.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, friends, we will catch you in Discord. We'll catch you in Twitch, and we'll catch you next time. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, ow. And hello, chat. How are you? Oh no, the pictures are all wrong. Let me get everyone's wonderful, delightful faces. Is this the right one? No. There we go. Fix these name tags. So nice to see players and viewers. Yay! All right, let's see. That is Tuna. And then Dia and Ladrin. And then Fayora. There for now. And we'll put it back up here. Here we go. Oh, that's so neat. Oh, Duolingo. Yeah. I use Rosetta Stone. But I probably should try. Yeah.
Fancy.
I'm also a Rosetta Stoneite.
It works so well.
Bougie.
But they also don't have Tagalog on that. They did, but
Yeah.
it was versions ago. They don't have it.
It got grandfathered to me because my dad got it first, and then I was the one who back when the home computer, when it was just one singular home computer,
Yeah.
and I stole it from him.
Excellent.
As you should.
Oops, we don't want that battle music on yet.
Why do we need battle music?
Who knows? You just never know. All right. Let me listen to this forest sound. Sometimes it's really aggressive and the birds are like, pecking at your eyes instead of just chirping. That sounds kind of nice. Ooh, a thunderstorm. I want to make it rain just so I can play this.
Yes, do that one because we've got thunderstorms happening, not where I'm at, but around. And I need them to come here and give us some rain.
Nice.
Plus, we're all of our characters are emotionally tied to storms in one way or another.
It's true. It's so true. Get a little background light on here. Here we go. All right. Thank you for your patience, viewers. Oh, the capital G. How's it going? All right. Well, let's see. We'll switch to thunderstorm in a bit. For now, let's have sort of a enchanted daytime vibe here. Enchanted forest kind of vibe. That was a little miniature like amusement park, Enchanted Forest. I guess there are only a few, but there's one in my town. I never got to go. It was so sad. My parents didn't take me, and it was like a field trip thing for like several different grades, but it changed different years so that I always fell through the gaps and I was so crushed. Then they shut it down because it was really unsafe, and then I didn't feel so bad. Oh yeah, let me know if anything goes sideways with that. So we'll let Tasha know in particular. She's really good. Okay, so we got a little bit of light forest kind of travel music here in the background. But let's get underway. Watch the recap so you have a pretty good idea of what's happened so far. So I'll just read a little opening scene here to try and get us into the zone. Okay, here we go. Despite the weather warming now that spring has arrived, mornings are still cold, and today is no exception. You combat the chill in the air with the hurried packing of the campsite. You've been on the road for days, but still, the haunting pounding of that door has been following you. In your dreams, it appears, and you feel her presence once again. A sense of helplessness that fans in anger your own weakness. Still, you have each other, and that's proven to be something far more powerful than you would ever imagine. With camp packed up, you continue the long journey back to Obermon's mill, one day at a time. Coming from such disparate backgrounds and beginnings, you take stock as you travel each day on how much you mean to each other, how you've all arrived here together, and what lies ahead for you. At last, the day has warmed. The fresh mountain air fills your lungs, and you feel invigorated. Takes a count. Begun sounding like an echo of what it was, but you never feel ready for it to sound. You know you found yourselves in the middle of something deep. Hopefully, Ayvaline and Alindra having success on their end of things. For now, let's find out what happens tonight under Faete. We'll jump in. Here we go. Yay! All right. So I'm going to take travel in some fairly big strides. We had a lot of action on the travel over here. So I'll just let you know that, travel will be pretty smooth. So I guess I just like to, I'll break it down into, it's about 3 months. So I'll go month by month. Over this first month, I think you've been on the road for several days. You do hear, as we left last session, as we start this, after several days on the road, the pounding of that door sound that just triggers sometimes is grown more and more distant, an echo of what it was, until ultimately stops. The dreams linger a little bit, they fade. It leaves you with a feeling of unease, of course. But is there anything with that in mind that you would like to do in the first month of travel?
Yes. I want to have a conversation with Tuna and also check out this Cyrodiil person that we have with us. Like, we saved them, and I have no idea who they are.
Okay. All right, who would you like to engage with first?
Tuna. Yeah. So I think just maybe actually being awake for your watch or something. One night. I didn't. I had many opportunities to ask. Sorry, poor joke. I wanted to ask, how were you after the Cutter's Parade situation? I had never seen you like that, and from my experience, the only people who are able to cause a reaction in oneself to such a degree are those who know you quite well, reserved mostly for family.
Well, he definitely wasn't family, I'll tell you that much. I'm alright. That's not the first time I've done that. It was different this time because I actually had something to lose. I'm sure you gathered from my questions from him. He was one of the ones who carried out the bombing of Avalon. The rest of them, the restorationists, I believe. I have it in my notes, I just don't have my notes open.
That's right.
The restorationists, they hired, I was part of a mercenary group, the Iron Ring. They hired us to smuggle cargo. We were smugglers, that's what we did. So, we didn't know what we were getting into, and now I'm making them all pay for it. For dragging innocents in, for killing innocents, for everything they've done.
the wolf thing, is that new or is that old?
That's new. Yeah, that's really new. That one's weird. Yeah. I mean, we all got bit in the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not all of us, but a lot of us got bit in the Feywild. I guess the stress, or maybe the anger, or desperation or something pulled it out of me. I don't know if it's gonna happen every month. I don't know if it's just when I need to. I don't know.
I'm glad you're all right. Well, as all right as one can be in the situation, and anytime you need help with finding the people you're after, I'm happy to volunteer my services, things I can do.
I appreciate it. Sorry we were gonna open your chest. We didn't really.
Oh no, I understand. Were it something else entirely, I wouldn't have said anything, but it's as it's the only way to get past the Crestforge Mountains. I don't want there to be any reasonable doubt for us. Though I say us, I do plan on asking you all to come with me. Because the Crestforge Mountains aren't the final goal. It's actually a place called the Cult Versailles. I don't know anything about it except for that outsiders are not welcome. And I think there are a lot of unanswered questions that possibly could be there. And it's something yet undiscovered, so I just didn't want there to be any reason for us to not be able to go, and so there's no need to apologize. In the moment, I was just thinking of things that hadn't happened, and
No, you were absolutely right to ask us to not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
well, that's all. I was concerned for you, and now I will leave you to your watch because I am not helpful in noticing much.
You're very helpful.
Yeah, I do agree. I can do a lot of things, but noticing things, not a skill I developed.
Are you alright though? I know we haven't really talked since the whole Feywild fog thing.
I am. I think to be honest, how I'm feeling is starting to shift a bit. I've been so out of control of my own surroundings for so long that now, in the small stint that I've been able to have control, these outside forces are really just starting to make me upset rather than scared, and I don't know if that's healthy or not. But the biggest difference is that I am much more assured with where I am now with all of you than what I was when I was alone. So I think I am all right for the most part.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Off I go.
Beautiful conversation. And is there a different night or any particular time of day or night that you'd like to talk with
Cyrodiil?
Thank you.
Yes.
Mhm.
Maybe definitely when like we're all it's like first setting down of camp and everyone's there in case anyone wants to jump in.
Okay.
And or listen in on the conversation. Like I'm definitely fine with that. But yeah, I think it's like just first checking in on them because when we first saw them, they were in a underwater tank being tortured. So
Yes.
um,
Okay. Yeah, they've been past, first week here or so, they've been pretty quiet and reserved. The door hasn't helped, the knocking, but the further away you get from Sunhaven and everything that happened to them and all of you, you can see them breathing a little easier than before. Yeah, with your high emotional intelligence, you'd probably pick a good night, like, okay, they're probably ready to talk. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
handing them like a plate of food, and it's like, how are your wounds faring?
Well, I've been cleaning them and seem all right. Feels strange and feels like fingers are still there. But at least it wasn't really important one.
Yeah. We'd all be quite lost without thumbs, wouldn't we? Sorry. Apologies. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Dia, and I know we very quickly absconded with you, but I did want to ask, do you have a destination? I'm sure my companions and I are happy to escort you along the way.
Firstly, I must say, you only have my appreciation for absconding with me. And, any direction away from Sunhaven is quite fine. Where are you looking to, rest next?
As far as I'm aware, we are heading back to Oberlynn's Mill. Oberlynn's Mill? Oberlynn's Mill. We've set up shop, so to speak, there, and we frequent there quite often. So that would be our next stop.
Well, that would sound, if you don't mind the extra, mouth and stomach, then I would appreciate it. But if you do need to drop me off anywhere along the way, I completely understand.
Oh, no, we're happy to take you with us. Question, just to remind me, did we hear their full name? Like, we know their Thaytrii
Elervir.
Elervir. All right. If this is rude of me to ask, by all means, stop me. We were given your full name, of your last name being Elervir. Is that the reason why you were in the situation you were in when we found you, or is this something else entirely?
Oh, no, my family isn't anything special. Perhaps my sister, but I haven't seen her in a very long time. No, it was I would say 40% my own doing, and 60% being in the worst possible place at the worst possible time. Bad luck. Which is plenty of in Sunhaven. Wish I'd known that sooner.
Yeah, I was warned repeatedly not to wander off due to the dangers of... So, right. If I... Another possible personal question. Could you inform me how long had you not seen your family?
Oh, I've been on my own for several decades. I'm sort of the not the shame of my family, perhaps my father, but I know that I'm just sort of the one that's whose invitation gets lost in the mail.
Oh.
So I tend to just go where life takes me. I follow my pursuits and my interests. And not to get into too much family drama, but yeah, it's okay for some of my siblings and not okay for others. My sister did that and found success. The rest of us, well, we were to follow in. I don't know if you're familiar with what your family was like, but for any of you that have had a parent that's a family that's in a particular line of business, and everyone's just expected to work there and take that over, and any other specks of dreams are simply squashed. That's well, that was youth, and I'll have none of it these days. Haven't found my calling yet. And looks down like, they're the lost fingers. And I don't know. Gets a little quiet.
I think you are doing an incredibly hard and brave thing. It is not easy to break away from one's family traditions. And, you might stumble across a couple of misfits. That'll help show you which way you might be needing to go.
I'm totally grateful that I've encountered you all. Your kindness, I can safely say through all my travels is rather rare. So
thank you for indulging me. I'll leave you to your dinner, and I will be making breakfast in the morning.
Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help you all. I'm a little bit good at many things, but not particularly good at any one thing that I've found yet. But yes, I can work a little magic, and I can do a little hunting. And I think yes, this should be fine. If there's anything that I can assist with, please let me know.
Thank you. And that's me.
All right. Anyone else have anything for Cyrodiil?
I actually want to talk to Ladrin.
Oh, nice. Okay. What time of day do you want to catch Ladrin?
We'll do when we're setting up camp.
Nice.
It doesn't really matter.
We'll say it's a few days later. Okay, nice.
I thrive more in the evening, so that's wise.
So, like, you like turn into animals and stuff.
Yes, I do.
Do you know anything about the whole that I did in here, the arena?
Dan, would Ladrin know about anything other than? Yeah.
So go ahead and roll a history check for me. We'll see if you're aware of the condition.
I am proficient in history, so. Nope. That was a good big fat 7.
I mean, you know wolves. But the hybrid form, is what you saw, and that's you can advise on wolf things in case they overlap. I guess you know wolves
Okay.
really well.
Well, I'm very acquainted with the wolf as a beast, but I'm not it's not in my will of expertise as far as like the mix of the two. I
Got it.
I haven't really seen that before. Did you have like control?
I mean, I did. Not as much as I wanted to. More towards the end, I was still just like feral, for lack of a better term.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't know. I know yours is different, but hopefully, I don't know. Do you think we could like maybe you could teach me how you do yours? It might be similar.
You know, I don't think I've thought about that in a in a long time. How to I just focus and it happens. We can try.
I mean, more turning back afterwards. Like the turning into it, I don't really have to know how to do that. I feel like that's just going to happen whether I want it to or not. It's more the going from to this.
Gotcha. Hmm. We can try. If anything, since we're on our way back there anyways to Obermon's mill, I can go talk to my do we call them professors? The researchers at
Researchers.
the researchers.
Mhm.
I can go talk to my team and see if they know.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind, that would be. I'm gonna be honest. I'm scared that it's gonna happen, and I'm not gonna be able to get back, and I'm gonna go after you all and not someone else.
I gotcha. I'm going to just test something. So to which I think Ladra's done this before to Tuna, but
Slaps her. Okay.
not that dumb.
Puts a spire in my face, sees what happens.
No. She's going to telepathically reach out and just like, if you can hear this, can you nod? Okay. So now she's just talking normally. So that could be something that I can try to maybe reel you back if you ever get beyond that control. But maybe
That's what helped last time. So
Oh.
I remember hearing you.
Oh,
So
it worked. Okay. I'm super happy now. Do you have your shield?
right, Poppy, yeah.
Maybe that could be at least an item to, like, you have an auditory thing. Maybe you need a visual. Well, you got auditory and verbal kind of at the same. Yeah. A visual. Well, the shield could be tactile. I don't know. You gotta like ground with maybe things around you, and maybe like if we ever needed to, I would just throw a shield at your face.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah, please
talk to you in your mind.
just do that, or worst come to worst, get Feora. She'll. Yeah.
Okay.
If I can't come back, just
You're gonna come back. It's just a matter of can you do it when you want to versus it like lasting too long, like longer than you want it to.
Right.
Okay, we'll have to think of a game plan.
I'll start working on seeing if I can get, I don't know, maybe to do a little bit on my own. Maybe if I can go into it, I can come back. I don't know. I'll work on it. But
I think with the grounding stuff.
yeah.
And then if worse comes to worse, I can always like ensnare you in like a little circle of vines. So maybe if you do try to escape, it would cause a little bit of pain because it's like thorns, and maybe that would help. I don't know. Be better than asking Feora to do that.
Yeah, fair. So 5 things I can see, 4 things I can hear.
That's a lot of things.
A grounding technique. I love that. Yeah.
But I like it. I like it. Yes. And if worse comes to worse, I can just keep barraging your brain with
That works.
like a mental song. I'm
Yeah.
very horrible at singing, and dancing. Really bad. But maybe that'll be annoying enough also. So game plan.
Game plan. All right.
Cool. Cool.
Been a few more days, mind you, so that gibbous moon has turned into maybe about a 3/4 moon. All right. Anything for anyone else this first month? The week continues by, and did you want to try any of that, Tuna? Are you trying at all on any of these days to like force yourself
I feel
in?
like the most I'm doing is trying to make claws come out,
Nice.
but that's like it.
Okay. What as you're trying to do that, what are you just how do you go about that? Is it just trying to will it to be, or is there anything else you're doing?
Just kind of remembering how it felt when it happened, trying to kind of recreate that. Not necessarily the emotional, but like the way it physically felt, like to have the claws come out. Just
Okay.
focusing on that and being like, basically willing it.
Gotcha.
I can
Okay.
I can just see Tuna and Ladrin like sitting by the campfire.
Yeah.
And Ladrin's like, it's like this.
And Tuna's just
almost, yeah.
like Piper and Charmed freezing everyone.
That's right. You try on several occasions, but it doesn't seem to manifest. It will. But you keep trying, because you never know. As the week goes on, towards the end of the week, you know that it's there's one more night. I'll just stop here just in case. There's one more night. The next 4 nights are going to be the full moon. It lasts for 4 nights. So I'll just hit the pause button in case there's anything that you want to do roleplay wise. Otherwise, we'll just move across.
Ladrin's preparing spells. I'm sure we don't need water breathing anymore, so
Nice.
I don't think so.
okay. Switching it.
Anything for Tuna, or just continuing to try to manifest that?
Gonna keep trying to manifest that as best I can.
No such luck tonight with trying to will it to be. And you all get a good night's rest. You continue the journey the next day. Setting up camp that following night is everyone's favorite time to get extra chat in. You have a nice discussions around the dinner table. I'm just gonna do a round of watches since it's the first night of the full moon. Why can I never remember this? Is it Ladrin, Feora, Tuna? That sound right? Okay. Yeah, I almost got it wrong. Thank you, Lily, for head shaking me in the right direction. All right, so Ladrin, you've got first watch. Go ahead and make a perception check if you would.
Tuna's gonna ask Leofar to take their watch tonight.
Oh, okay. Leopard will definitely agree. Certainly. Least I could do. Alright, so she'll keep a watch in Tuna's stead. Ladrin, what'd you get?
I got an 11.
Okay. Yeah, quiet night, thankfully. Not a cloud in the sky, so you get a beautiful view of that full moon and all the stars across the sky. And did something happen? No, I see. I lost OBS. Hang on, please hold. I think OBS just crashed on me. Nope, there we go. It's running. Oh my gosh. I looked over and it was Zoom, so everyone was in like a different place, and I'm like, I looked away for a second. Okay, sorry. But your shift goes by fine. Ladrin, go ahead and get Feora.
How do I want to wake up Feora?
I'll do watches just for these transitions between watches.
Okay. She's going to send Gregory in and like just tell Gregory beforehand, like, okay, I want you to do this, I want you to do this. So Gregory goes in and if he's able to, like, calmly and carefully try to mess up Feora's hair, and then he wants to like hop on like the shoulder right here and just breathe. Like it's just this hot, like fiery like
nice. All right, have Gregory's stats do a stealth check, and Feora can do perception. Let's see if it's a night for Gregory here.
I don't know where. Okay, let's see. Okay, stealth is Dex. Well, listen, dice, we're gonna have some words.
Oh no.
8.
19.
Oh Jesus.
You're in your trance, Feora, and you start feeling your hair get like, is that the wind? Is it something, in my hair? And you turn back and just, Gregory. Pulls your hair a little more.
She'll just put her arm out for him to like sit on, and then step out of the tent to confront Gregory. Oh, hello.
Oh, Gregory, how'd you get in there?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't throw him under the bus. It's your turn.
Okay.
I figured it'd be nicer if Gregory wakes you up versus what I had initially planned.
Oh, that's alarming.
It was gonna be fine. Anyway,
she'll just give Gregory little head pats and give her back.
Okay. And later we'll go trance.
Okay. All right. Feora, you come out. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Also, can we do DM inspiration?
Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah. All right. Let me know what your thing is, and then we'll roll for DM inspo.
Well, it was a natural 1 for a 5.
Hey.
So.
All right. Well, let's take this moment of grieving to the DM roll. All right. Everyone has to roll their d20. I'll go around and check. Let's see. Carly, what'd you get?
14.
14. Okay. Serena? Mm-hmm.
I unmuted my headphones, but forgot to unmute Zoom. I got a 16.
16, okay. Let's see. Tasha?
Nat 20.
Oh, nice. And Lil?
10.
Okay, well, Carly, you get it. I rolled a 13.
Woo!
So.
Something tells me
Nice.
I'm gonna need it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So. Oh, all right. What was it again? Figure out 5?
Natural 1 for a 5.
Okay, 5. All right. Tuna. Your nerves are, of course, probably, a little frazzled, a little worried. You've heard the tales of full moons and lycanthropy. And anxiety sometimes with getting like extra nervous about things, get that little like queasiness in the belly, like just if you really worry about something, you kind of Tuna starts feeling some of that here and there. But it's also like these little peaks, like rising feelings of just like that night in the pit fight. And you're like, nope, no. Kind of like if you're gonna get sick, you're like, oh no, I'm feeling no. Okay, never mind. Okay. Oh no, is that it? What's that? Can I please ask you to make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage?
Oh boy.
As this is the very first.
That was 2 9s. Part of me wants to use my DM inspiration, but the other part of me wants whatever's about to happen narratively to happen because it seems fun. So I'm gonna save it and just let it happen.
All right. In fact, it is that time. That feeling quickly escalates from is this to a, oh my gosh, it's gonna happen, and your surroundings, you start feeling dizzy and wobbly, and trying to keep yourself upright, and everything fades to black. And as your vision returns, you don't have that feeling anymore. It's subsided. You're in the forest. There's something different about your surroundings, about the forest. Feels like there's like the air is charged with something, and it doesn't look like the place where you were. What do you want to do? You're in your regular form.
Okay. I'm gonna look around, try to assess my surroundings as best I can.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make a survival check. You can do it with advantage because you feel your senses are really acute right now.
It's an 18.
Okay. These look like the same woods that you were in, but not the same location. You do see your own footprints, though, if you wanted to follow them.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. You navigate. You know what? Let's change the music here for this. Let's add a little tension. We'll just. Is this the right one? Let me see. That should be the right one. That's our battle music, tension music. Put that on here a little bit.
It's a Grammarly ad is what that is.
Nice.
Great timing.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you retrace your steps. And there's certain portions of your footsteps where instead of just being a line through the forest, they deviate into some shrubs over here. And you note that there is blood. Sort of, you're tracking it backwards, right? So there's like drips of blood that start appearing, and they get heavier, more dense, and then you come across shrubs with a small animal just torn to shreds. And you continue to navigate, and no blood until there's blood once again, and this time in a small, partial clearing, a deer just consumed. But your tracks continue backwards, and you follow them until you end up in a large, maybe 25, 30 foot across clearing in the forest. And your tracks seem to disappear in this clearing. You look around. From here, you look up and you can see the moon directly overhead. Full moon. Beautiful in the night sky. And there is something that really just sings in your heart when you look at it. And from the other side of the clearing, rustling, stepping through the brush, a giant, white-maned wolf steps forth. Its back maybe about around your height. And you know that this wolf is you, and you were this wolf. This is this wolf that is within you now. And two of you approach one another in the center of the clearing, and the wolf sits. You sit. The wolf almost beckoning conversation.
So you're me, and I'm you.
You hear in your head. Actually, have them do a roll first, because I may have skipped. It would seem, but I don't know you. Seems to be almost assessing you.
Okay, that's a little rude, but okay. Right, so I'm gonna like put my hand out and try to like touch it.
Just go ahead and do a persuasion check, just so I can kind of suss out if they're gonna be wolfy about it or not.
Cool. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. You sense a little hesitance and almost a little low, but they allow you to reach out and touch them.
I'm not doing it like weird, like petting a dog. I just want to put my hand there and just kind of sit it there for a second, just take it back. So are we supposed to like talk, or are we supposed to just sit here? Am I in my body right now? Is this like a weird dream?
I know no more than you do. I smelled you. Came here to figure out if we're friends. Was.
Did you figure it out yet? All right. Well, I suppose we just sit here till we figure it out then. And I'll just cross my legs and just sit and look at it.
Nice. Can you make one more persuasion check if you don't mind? This is an overall thing for the how it goes. Right.
13.
Okay. And can you also make a wisdom saving throw as you're in here? As they rolled a bit higher on that.
That's a 14. I'm debating if I want to use my DM inspiration on that. I think I do, just in case.
Okay.
So that's a D8. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 6, so that's a dirty 20 on the wisdom save.
Okay.
Maybe overkill, but I gotta be safe.
It was in fact not overkill, and it's a good thing you used it. So, with your persuasion check, it's sort of a balance of wills, contested by wisdom saving roll on their part using your stats, and they went out, and to them they want to hunt. They want to do like they'll even share. I don't know what I want you to be yet. I don't know what I want of myself either, but I do not want to sit here. I want to hunt. I want to feast. We are new to this world. I want to live. And live to the fullest. However, with your wisdom saving throw, so this really strong urge to do so takes over. And it's not necessarily that what they're saying makes sense, but it does resonate with you a bit in your inner self here. As they won that particular contest, but your wisdom saving throw, thankfully, you feel this energy sort of taking over, this will to hunt, and once again things go dark and your vision returns. As it does this time, you're watching where the hybrid flesh drop off of the claws fall off of your hands. You're returning to your humanoid form. Flop flop. You can taste, the meat that you've eaten, and things like that. But you're in your surroundings. Are a number of animals that you've killed and dragged together here. Beast. That calling to go find bigger game. Back closer to home, subsiding until it's gone, and you are Tuna once again, the tiefling, and the experience is past for the night.
As soon as I'm back to myself, I'm gonna sneak back into camp.
Right by Faete with her 5. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I snuck out behind you earlier. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Awesome.
I'll sneak right back in and go back to my tent like nothing happened.
Okay. Awesome.
I get in to the girls. I'm like, shh, shh, no.
Nice. All right. Yeah. So none the wiser. I'll leave our deeper check, but I mean, there's nothing going on. But that, yeah, it's a 19. So, yeah, the next day begins. Anything you want to do, Tuna, in the morning? Otherwise, I'll just advance us.
Just pretend like nothing happened.
Okay. All right. It's a lovely breakfast.
I do an insight check.
Would you be able to, though? It's like just a regular day.
I was trying to think. I was like, I smell wolf.
Okay, to be fair, Tuna's pretending like nothing happened is very dramatic. It's very like, well, it's a great morning. Let's get on the road and away from here. Let's not go that direction.
All right.
Then you may absolutely do an insight. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah. I feel y'all know Tuna well enough to.
Tuna's not subtle.
I have no reason to not believe them.
Well, I got subtle in their life.
Great, none. Yeah, I'm gonna make a deception check, Tuna, if you don't mind, just to have something to contest. Figure I got a 3.
I can guarantee you. Well, that's a 5.
Oh, wow. Okay. Ladron, what'd you get?
22.
Oh, okay. Nice. Right? Everyone else, you're like, why is everyone else so okay with this?
I'm gonna be very weird and like not say anything, and I'm not gonna be right in their space, but like just circle around Tuna and just like something's off.
Hmm.
I could taste the change. Something's
just-
happened.
Not looking at you like at all day. Very pointedly.
That's
Later
amazing.
knows something happened.
Just bombastic side eye.
Yeah.
I was like, there is a phrase I've been looking for. There is a disturbance in the force, and
Nice.
that's it.
Amazing. Okay, so you carry on. Can you roll a d20 for me, Tuna? 3 separate times. Let me know what you get each time.
Oh boy. That is a natural 20, a 5, and a 16.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
You have some of the same feelings the next 3 nights and the next 3 full moons, but it does not take over after that first experience this month. Okay, so you all continue. Let's jump to the next month. Anything anyone has for the next month, or
Legion will eventually. Yeah. Sorry.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm still just trying to get it.
oh, okay.
Transform, trying to like talk to that inner wolf or whatever to see if I can do it that way.
Okay.
Oh, I like that idea. Yeah, now I want a wolf in me too. That's so wrong. Sorry, I need to stop. We're just
8 different clips of that will show up in the server. All right, we'll jump back to you later, and if you still have something, we'll give you a minute to figure out. Did you have something?
Good. Sorry, go for yours.
Any working on training Scully?
Scully is getting bigger by the day. In fact, by the end of this second month, Scully has reached their full size and can now be ridden as a mount.
My babies!
Yeah.
All grown up.
Yep. So that's 5 months plus a couple weeks. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, absolutely doing that all the time.
Nice.
Any conceivable moment.
Beautiful. Okay.
Want to be working on naming, and I want to try and teach him to put like web traps around camp.
Okay. You've been practicing the web thing for a little bit, so I mean, you can't web the whole area, but you can. Are you just looking like for some areas? You can do some smaller areas, you know. What are you looking to do with web traps?
Just kind of if anything tries to sneak into the camp, like.
You can put some on the ground, like make a perimeter of sticky web that's just on the ground. Like if they step in it, might, trip them up.
Yeah. Well, because they've got web sense, so then they'll know when there's something in it. So that's kind of just what I'm hoping for.
All right. You all see, by the end of the second month of traveling, each morning, glistening in the morning dew, are these little strands of spider silk that kind of run up to this tree and then kind of connect in this along the ground. There's no height; they're just along the ground. But every so often, it runs up to a different tree, and if you were ever to look up over the camp, there'll almost always be in a web up above a gigantic spider with a skull on its back, just peering down above you. Ready for anything to trigger its web sense. Oh, nope for me. Yikes.
Amazing. He's my baby.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to like see through Scully's eyes, like on command too.
Okay.
Not just
You can practice
by
that.
accident.
Yeah, I'd say with another month, with a month of practice, you get the hang of it. Popping into Scully's vision and coming back. Mm-hmm.
Cool beans.
Nice. All right, Ladrin, if you're feeling ready.
I'm calmed down now.
Okay.
So I feel like Ladrin knows everybody's like tea preference at this point, or like something along those lines. So she's going to one evening, like soon after Tuna's transformation, either like that night or the next couple nights. She's going to brew like Tuna's favorite tea so far and bring it over to them and just like set it down in front of them and just look and be like, "You good?"
Thank you.
Okay.
Just kind of sip it a little bit and just avoid eye contact.
One day I'm gonna start putting like truth potions in my tea.
I'm just gonna say, you know, there's like a wolf in me. Not like metaphorically, like I talk to it when I don't like to say what I do because it makes it feel real, so I just it's easier.
No, that's I just want to make sure you're okay. I mean, I can understand how like crazy it is and like how probably unnerving it is. Like it's kind of cool you get to talk to. Okay, it's probably not cool. I'm here with more tea, or if you need something stronger, which I know you're not one to partake in that, but I could maybe whip something up that's stronger, but that's not mind numbing, so to speak. So
It's not that I don't partake, it's that I'm scared to let my guard down. Maybe when we're back in town, I'll take you up on that.
okay, that is totally fair. When you are ready, when we are back in town, I have a bottle that I've been saving. It is, yeah, we'll pop it open if you're ready.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool. I shall go back and make all the tea.
Nice.
So everyone can spill their tea if they need to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see, Legion. So as much as you try and will it, it doesn't seem to work, or at least hasn't. If you try and mentally clue, like connect. I'll say over the month, I'll give you 4 rolls of a d20 and let me know what each one is, and we'll see if it connects.
Me?
Tuna, sorry.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
I thought you were talking to one of them. Cool.
This is for you trying to connect with that wolf inside.
Yes. You said how many rolls? 4?
4 d20s. Let me know what each one is.
Cool. I thought you said 4 d20s, so I want to make sure. 3 4s and a 2.
Okay. Not able to connect. Doesn't seem to.
I can imagine
not. Yeah. All right.
Ooh.
But you try. As the week after week moves on, a couple weeks later, you have the new moon, where there's just no moon in the sky, and those feelings are about as far away as they can be. But bit by bit, over those next 2 weeks, that feelings creep back. On the next first night of the following month's full moon, we'll go do some watches again. The night before, is there anything anyone wants to add for the night before, or just want to go right into the first night of the full moon? Okay.
I think I want to ask Feora. Wait. Would Ladra know if Tuna's not taking a watch?
I wouldn't leave the camp undefended, so I would ask Leofar usually to
Yeah, they'd be
take
down.
my watch.
Okay. I'm going to ask Feora this time to like switch shifts, watch shifts, just in case. And she'll just make a like, I need to sleep now. I'm tired now.
All right, so Feora will go first this time.
That's cool.
Okay. If you have anything you want to do, outside of the view of others, Tuna, please feel free to message me. If you have already, I don't know. I should move this.
Same.
Okay. Feora, go ahead and roll perception.
Another fucking one. That's a 5.
Okay. All right. This is yep. You're just having too much. I mean, you're watching for things, right? But also, Gully's, sort of a whole new commodity, a whole new like what's the word? Novelty. There it is. Yeah, like ooh, make your web, Spidey, go. So you're just sort of wrapped up in that. Not literally.
Proud Spider Mom.
Okay, so we have that first watch and everything that goes with that. Jump in here real quick. There it is. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Next watch, second watch is the one Ladrin wanted, right? Okay. Ladrin, you come out. Of course, you can make your perception check, but if you have something else you wanted to do, let me know after your perception check, if you will.
That is a dirty 20.
Oh. You're keeping an eye around camp. Is there anything that you want to do in your watch?
I want to try, and I know like Leofar's going to be taking over, but I want to keep an eye around like Tuna's tent, Feora's tent, hello, River's tent. Jesus. Yeah, just in case.
Okay. The tents, there's Feora, getting ready to trance, probably talking to some ghosts. Thea, do you make any noise in your sleep? Any snoring or tossing and turning a lot or anything like that? It's okay if not, too. Just figured I'd ask in case there's anything for her to hear.
Yeah, I think Dia definitely snores.
Nice. Okay, so perfect. Yeah, so you hear a little snoring, some light snoring from Dia's tent. Tuna's nice and quiet. No noise from Tuna's tent, and Leofar isn't on watch yet. So yeah, Leofar's sort of rustling around a little bit. I think Leofar does trance too. So no enemies. Is there anything else you'd like to do in your watch, Ladra?
No, I think she's good. Since she only needs a trance, she's not going to go back to sleep.
She
has her 4 hours, so she's good.
Nice. Right, Tuna, during that same time. Similar experience that you're a little more accustomed to it. It's not quite as jarring, that nausea kind of feeling of, oh my gosh. But again, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw if you would, this initial one. See how this hits.
21.
21. Alright. You push that feeling back down. And after about, an hour and a half, after like that peak feeling where you pushed it down and you tried to really focus on holding that down, you feel pretty confident that it's down for the night. Yeah. So, do you do the same as last time, just kind of like during Leofar's?
Towards the end, once I don't want to go back too soon.
Okay.
So like right before sunrise.
Okay. All right. So, Legion, you're able to go to sleep after your watch or trance. Unless there's anything.
No, I've already tranced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like, she's up.
Okay. All right. So Leofar comes out and does, takes over the watch, both at 7. You're good. Yeah, and the next morning, everything, the same as last month, probably. But since there's 3 more full moons, Tuna, can I ask you to roll a d20 3 times?
Yep. See. Oh, good. The 16, a 2, and an 11.
Okay, the next night, okay. That third night, the third night of the full moon, Legion, are you once again doing that like mid shift? You swapping shifts? Okay.
Probably, if Figure is cool with that.
Okay. We'll keep the rolls sort of the same situation. Third night out of 4. The second night you fought that feeling off easy peasy. That third night, it comes on so quickly and so intense that you do not, it's been building. You do not have the chance to push that down. And once again, vision fades, wobble, and all goes to dark. Can I ask you, not necessarily in a battle sense, to make an initiative check for me?
Yes.
I just want to see who's doing what in this inner. Oh, what'd you get?
Natural 20.
Oh, okay.
I don't want a natural 20, I don't think. I don't know.
Wait, are we all rolling?
Nope, this one's just Tuna.
Oh.
Okay, no, I do want a natural 20 then. Cool.
Okay. As soon as you awaken, again, you're in your tiefling form, you're in this within yourself here. You instinctually know that the wolf is hunting you. What do you want to do? You get to go first.
Do I have my shield and my axe, or is it just me?
You think of that, and as you look down, you do in fact have those.
I'm gonna pull the good old tried and true Tuna method. I'm gonna take my shield and my axe and just start beating on it. Just making as much noise as possible. Just
Go ahead and make either a persuasion or an intimidation check. Is that your choice?
I'm trying to bring this thing to me.
Okay.
That's a 22.
Oh, okay. All right. It does not take long for the wolf to find you. The lumbering paw come through the shrubbery and leap towards you. But because you got a persuasion, you got them there, I'm going to let you take your initiative here. As they're leaping at you, what would you like to do?
I want to try to... This is going to be a weird maneuver. I want to try to grab it and then pin it.
Oh, okay. All right. I think that that's doable. Oh, good. Is
I
it?
know multiple people that raised wolves, so
Nice, nice.
I'm pulling on real world knowledge
That's,
here.
that's amazing. I feel like you could definitely, so like the top of its back is at your head, so it's pretty big. But I do think
Yeah.
that given your incredible strength, you would be able to try and like grapple it and sort of pin it down. So let's do a grapple check. That'd be athletics for you,
Okay.
and I mean basically the same for them because.
I'm glad I'm rolling this on D&D Beyond because otherwise no one would believe me.
That's amazing. What'd you get?
26.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. All right, let me get into I don't know why that's here we go. Closed. I'm gonna have them do the same to contest it. Oh, 23. So you are victorious. So they're now pinned. You slam down this heavy thud onto the ground as they're trying to snap at you. Right, I guess that's sort of battle-esque. But they can't move. So I'm gonna give a moment in case you wanted to converse at all. You don't have to, but if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get like right in its ear and almost growl and just say, "You're not the one in control here."
Nice, nice. Oh, that's a battle of wills. Let's do a wisdom saving throw for you and the wolf. I'm just gonna click on it. I'll let you roll first in D&D Beyond, and then
There
or wherever.
there went that luck.
Oh no! All right, I'm gonna click on your wisdom save too because they're using yours. Okay, what'd you get?
I got a 10.
Oh, okay, they got a dirty 20.
That should have been mine.
I know. It still feels so unfair to
dare
roll
you.
it off your sheet. Yeah. And in that instant, you say that, and you feel this overwhelming will, and suddenly you're the one pinned, and they're the one with their maw in your ear. Not today. And everything goes black. Ladrin, give me a roll for your perception check since we're on your watch, if you would.
Cool. Okay, that's a. Wait, what is my? 24.
Hey, Tuna, give me a stealth check, if you would.
Okay, 13.
You hear some rustling. Sounds like a rather large animal. Actually, before I do that, because of the distance, Tuna, go ahead and make a survival check. If it's a 16 or higher, then I think you'll find the camp.
It's a 13.
So you hear some of that, but it seems to ruffle by. It doesn't seem to be, continue approaching the camp, Ladrin. Thankfully. But whatever it was seemed awfully big.
Can I see what it is, or is it just an outline?
What did you have again with your perception?
24.
It's further in the woods, but I mean, you could probably, get on a broom or try and take a closer look if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's right.
Or not. It's running by.
Well, I was trying to think what she would do if she's like silhouetted, if it seems like a larger animal.
You can't really see it. You can just hear it.
Or just hear it? Okay.
It's further in the woods. It didn't get that close. If that makes a difference. It is running by.
How far away are we talking? Like 30, 40?
Sounds maybe like 60 to 75 feet away. But it's through dense wood, and it seems to be passing by versus coming toward.
I'm gonna get on my broom.
Okay. You flying
I think that's
through the woods or up over? a little dense to see down through the canopy for what
Yeah.
it's worth.
Yeah, I'll I'll go through just to check off that we're good.
Okay. Because of the density of the woods, you can follow the sound, but if you want to see what it is, you're probably going to have to be within like 35 feet of it. You know, you would discover as you're going through, it's just the woods are too thick. You wouldn't be able to make it out unless you get roughly that close. Do you want to continue, or do you want to head back to the camp?
If it's still making the path that it's making away from the camp, I think she would head back.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me check one thing.
Sure.
I do have dark vision, if that means anything in this instance, but
it's just more that there's so many trees in the way. Unfortunately, for this.
Okay.
It's the wildwood thicket that you're navigating through, so next to.
That's right. No, I think if it's going the opposite direction, then Ladrin would head back to camp, but be a little more wary, just in case if it does come back. I think that's what she'll do.
All right, nice. Excuse me. So Tuna, as you awaken again, your eyes open back up. The hybrid form dripping. Actually, I think it's the wolf form this time. You find yourself like straightening up your back, and the wolf bits are slopping off of your tiefling form. You find a slain rabbit nearby that you've just dropped as you've shifted back. You're not quite sure where you are in the woods. Definitely in a different place than before. Yeah, you don't know what you've done aside from at least kill this rabbit. What would you like to do, Tuna?
I would like to look for my tracks and follow those back.
Okay. All right, go make a survival check. I think anything over an 8 would be easy to do. Being that large leaves a lot of tracks.
12.
All right. You easily find your way back, then you're able to navigate back to the camp.
Would they have run into any of the webs, leaving or coming back?
What's it?
Would they have run into any of the webs and coming back?
Leaving? I guess we should probably do something for that, because I imagine Tuna knows, but it's still not easy to see them. I guess let's do a dexterity saving throw for Tuna. Does the web sense have a DC to roll against, Fiora?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
There's like a web attack.
Yeah. What does that have for DC?
I don't know.
Okay.
It says a DC for it's restrained, but
okay.
Kind of a 2-hit.
I rolled a 17.
17? I think that'll be enough. We'll make it a 12 strings to break, so we'll make it a 13 for now. We'll make it 13, and I'll look into that and see if it's catered to fighter specifically. So yeah, you see it last second, hop over, and manage to not trigger the web sense this time. Morning comes around. Well, let's get out of here. Where sort of the usual.
It was just silent this morning, not the normal. Just tired.
Hey, there's a sense of relief too, like not knowing what you did and returning to the
Yeah.
camp and seeing it in one piece.
Yeah.
That next night, you were so rigidly against that feeling happening, and with the roll, you don't have to worry about it. Right. Okay, and we carry on the journeys. Anyone have anything they'd like to do either this morning or over the last month trekking back to Obermon's Mill?
I want to again brew a tea, pass it along to Tuna, just because, and not even say anything. Just gonna set it down and then thumbs up, and she'll head back.
Okay.
Tuna also doesn't say anything, just sipping. Just thank you.
Okay.
And then,
Nice.
Silent understanding.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So you all carry on. Yeah, are you still training with Latrin on like the hunting gathering stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Beautiful. You know what I need to look at? Let's see. Okay. Because you're also working with Gil, and it's been months.
Yeah.
Gil's gotten a little bit bigger.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. The favor, they don't get, too big as that the pet store person had shared. But you can tell that they're maturing. Yeah, let's see. You see there's as you're traveling one day, there's a flock of birds that gets startled and kind of flies out past you all and like startles some of you. And Gil turns and this dazzling array of flashing colored lights spring forth from Gil's mouth. Color spray.
Oh, snap. That's a good one.
Nice.
Is that the one that blinds you?
Yeah. You see,
Sick!
yeah, a couple of birds, they like completely just fly off, and then poof, like one hits the grass, and then some others fly off in different directions for a little while. Having been blinded, well, I think almost all of them, because it's an HP based thing. You roll 6d10, so. And so you've witnessed Gil use color spray for the first time.
Oh, that's incredible. We are definitely going to learn how to use that on command and not just whenever you want.
Amazing. Oh, all right. So, we carry on, and let's see, we've got one last month. It's just a little over a month, a month and a week and a half, I believe, for travel before we're done. So, anyone have anything they want to do? No? Okay.
No, not for me.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, you do over this particular, once or twice over this next month. As you're getting closer to Obermon's Mill, which means getting closer to Crestforge Mountains and such, you find that you have, or twice, a dream reminiscent of that one you had several months ago.
Okay.
Not quite a recurring dream, but the setting feels the same. The snow, the solitude that shifts into being lifted up by your friends here. And there's a number of different places you end up. It's not quite that same path as last time. You end up in a cave fighting monsters in one dream and finding spoils of treasure. And another time, you're all hiking up a difficult part of a mountain to find a beautiful vista on top. Something you just, a lot of people will never see in their lifetime, sprawling out before you. There's a lot of small treasures like that in these 2 or 3 dreams. Again, likely because that dream was sort of tethered to the goal of traveling. And gosh, you've had a lot of time on the road with these new friends to really cement some of those feelings. I should mention too, it's interesting because I was going through my notes the other day, and I have in there, so like when you find treasure, and this would be for anyone too, like around the campsite and stuff, one thing you would have probably noticed certainly by now with Dia. So of course, Dia, you have the the gold, along your neck, the freckles and hands and such. There really isn't any other gold like it that any of you have seen. There's like gold currency. There's shined and polished gold that you've seen with like the crown, the headband of intellect, different magical items is just this incredible quality. But still, there's just nothing that holds a candle to this very unique gold that adorns Dia's skin in different areas. I had that in my notes, and I'm like, I haven't mentioned that at all. So let me put that out there. Okay. All right, Tuna, we've got one more month. Long travel makes this, yeah. So on the first night of the 4 nights of the full moon, are we doing the same? Ladrin, you're picking up that middle shift? Okay. Feora, your first shift, go ahead and make your perception check. Tuna, same as the huge. Okay. Let me know what you get. Feora, what'd you get?
21.
Oh. Feora, no creatures, right? Maybe now, outside of being frightened of all of you, the giant spider that looms over the campsite might just, push it to the next level for creatures to approach. You do, however, corner of your eye at first see some movement. And you look over subtly, as you've been trained to do. You see Tuna leaving the campsite.
I want to try and sneak up behind them.
Okay. Like catch up to them, or just follow behind?
Can I tell if they're in their human form?
Yeah, they're in their tiefling form. They're just sneaking out of the camp. You do know it's the first night of this full moon, for what it's worth. I don't know if you've been privy to many of the convos except that breakfast one, but you are aware that it's the first night of the full moon. They're in their tiefling form.
I want to try and just sneak behind them, and I want to have Scully nearby. Like, if there's a way to like call them to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have your telepathic link there. So, how far behind you do you want Scully? Because I need to know if Scully needs to make a check or not. No? Like 100 feet or like 30 feet?
Say maybe 30 feet behind me.
Okay. Tuna, can you make a perception check, please? Feora, make a stealth check. And Scully will have to make a stealth check, but can do so with advantage because they're further behind.
And what am I doing for Scully? Sorry, I missed it.
Advantage stealth check for the Scully stats. Tuna, what did you get first?
23.
Ooh, 23. Alright, Feora, what did you get for your stealth?
I got a 21, and Scully got a 26. That bastard.
What's this?
Oh, wait.
Mhm.
Can I do it with advantage for sound since I'm behind them?
Oh, your boots. Yeah, that's true. Yep. Yep. Go right ahead.
Right.
So roll once more. Mm-hmm.
Fucking 30.
How dare you?
Respectfully.
The
I'm
gods
so
wouldn't
sorry.
hear you if they
But-
still lived here.
It's fine. I almost went, you bitch, and then I'm like, I don't know if we're that level yet.
That's amazing. That's so great. Okay, yeah, so Tuna, you head off to do your thing. Feora and Scully in pursuit. They're gonna walk for a while, Feora. And then at one point you see them stop, I imagine, and just kind of prepare. And you just want to watch until something happens, Feora?
This is tough.
Now you know how I feel.
I know.
Earlier.
I was thinking like I wanted to bring Scully in hopes of like trying to shoot a web at them,
Mhm.
but also its strength to get out. I guess. Honestly, I think I'll just try it.
You want to do that right now? It's still just Tuna and Tuna form.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have Scully just fire a web at Tuna currently as they are.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I'm understanding. Okay. Yeah, I think that's an attack, right? It's a +7 or something attack.
+5.
Yeah, go ahead and see if it meets. You're none the wiser. Just another night. Let's see how this goes. And then, what did Scully get?
16.
Does that hit? I don't think that hits Tuna.
Damn.
So question, Feora. Are you right next to Scully, or are you hidden where Scully is, like, the only thing Tuna's gonna see?
Honestly, I'll say that I'm either like next to them or on top.
Okay.
I feel like if they see Scully, they're gonna know it's me anyway.
Mhm.
It's kind of a recognizable spider.
Mm-hmm. Okay, webs shoot past and like strike the tree, like across the tree next to you, Tuna, and you look back, and the giant spider Scully is 40 feet or whatever over, and Feora's like standing nearby, like looking through the darkness.
I feel like I don't notice Feora at first, so I'm just like, have you been planning this entire time to come after me? You wanted to corner me. You've been
No, I didn't.
Feora?
Hey, where are you going?
You need to get back to camp right now.
Why?
It's the full moon. You need to get back to camp.
You feeling nervous, Tuna? Oh,
Terrified.
excellent.
Absolutely
Go ahead,
terrified.
make a wisdom saving throw if you would.
Oh, 24.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, you feel your emotions seem to have an effect on this trigger. As you feel like that intense go, 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 you feel that same feeling coming on. So it'll be, a minute of kind of pushing through that for where you see Tuna, like, say that, and then try and, like, fight something off internally. In fact, Fiora, you wonder, was this just like terrible timing and a misunderstanding, and Tuna just really has to use the bathroom? Like,
Oh my god.
And with that, well,
Jesus Christ. Every time.
we'll take our bio break. For anyone who doesn't know, we
God
take about
damn
a
it.
10-minute bio break. I was running a little late and I wanted to get that knocked out. So I will catch you on about 10 minutes. Our audio will be hot, so you can chat with us if you like.
Hot, hot.
All right, get you in 10. Yay! Boop. Oh, that's a relief at 24. I was so nervous there.
It's fine.
Oh boy.
Imagine Tuna waking up and you're dead.
Oh no!
How did you do the Woody Woodpecker laugh? Oh god.
24. That was amazing. Thank goodness.
Oh.
maybe it'll be fine. Maybe fine. Hey, Faye, are any of your
Fine.
weapons
Say,
magical
like,
and or
The weapon of
silver?
alarm.
I want to say, I feel like Fiora just doesn't really know enough about werewolves to really be. She's just like, where's Tuna going?
To be fair, Tuna also doesn't know about werewolves.
Yeah.
Does anyone really?
Yeah.
Most people don't survive them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I should add, Tuna, that what you felt you overcame was your anxiety, not necessarily the
Oh, no,
typical feeling.
I figured it's still there.
Mm-mm.
Oh boy.
Right? Popcorn.
I'm gonna BRB.
Yes. Oh yeah. I gotta pee.
Same.
I gotta PRP.
I don't think that that's how that song goes.
And my camera's orange. Great.
Oh, nice. Oh, the color balance is the thing.
Yay.
Sometimes what to do? We'll just color balance over here. Shift here.
Mm.
Color balancing is so much fun.
It'll fix itself
Oh, yeah.
eventually.
When it's good and ready. Oh.
Right.
Big news, I remembered my Duolingo.
Ooh, oh, that hurt to remind
Shit.
people.
Oh, amazing. So, yeah, what
can do it
languages
real
is everyone studying then? Tashi, you're studying Italian, right?
Yes.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Carly, how about you?
C.
French. I took French in college and I'm trying to relearn it. So
That's amazing. Okay.
years worth. All gone.
I feel like, yeah, like high school and college, like language, well, college language courses is usually a fair bit better, but it's tough to like get the practical bits.
Mhm.
See, I learned how to read French and go from French to English in my head. I can't hear it and go from French to English. I cannot go from English to French. But I can read it.
Same.
No, I've read the entirety of Les Mis in French, and it's
Oh
fine.
shit.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so
But-
cool. Amazing.
Yeah. I can read Italian better than I can speak it.
Oh,
That's so
Not
cool.
speak it, like, yeah, hear it and then type it.
mm, nice.
Like, wait, what?
Serena, what are you studying?
Oh, I am I'm Japanese because I'm a big ass weeb.
Love it.
And I'm ready to. There's so many animes that don't have their dubbed version out,
Yeah.
so I'm just like, well, learn a whole ass language
Mhm.
before the dub
Nice.
comes out.
Love it.
But it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Listen, if you ever want to practice Nihongo with me, you want to practice, like, let me know.
Okay.
Watashi wa Nihongo o benkyou imasu. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
I struggle to watch anime with subtitles
Oh,
because ADHD.
Gotcha.
So it's hard for me to
I
watch
can't
subs.
just be doing this one
and-
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And Banana Fish broke my heart because I had to watch the sub because there is
Oh.
no dub. And yeah,
Mm.
mean,
I
it
don't
broke my
know
heart for
Banana
multiple
Fish.
reasons. It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Massive trigger warning for literally everything under the sun.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Write it down.
It was a manga from the 80s and it's very good and very traumatizing, but it's one of my favorites.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh, nice.
I got distracted.
They
by
have
my
these,
talking.
what do they call them? The match game?
Mhm.
What is this? I don't remember what it's called. But it gets harder and like the more levels you get up because they add like 10 more cards to each one. So like I think at first it's like 50 cards, then 60, then 70. It just keeps going up. And then your like time seems to decrease. Anyways, I'm really good at these flashcards, but it's when I get like match madness is what they call it.
Is that like the combo?
It's similar to the combo, but they give you like your words in English, and then on the right it's whatever language. So we'll say Italian, and then you just kind of like match them, and it's a speed game. So
Nice.
it's
I've been learning. I've been on and off Japanese forever, but the past year I've been doing a lot of that. The Rosetta Stone. So I'll definitely bug you, Serena, because
No problem.
but I'm studying Spanish and Korean as well. And, like Japanese and Spanish are really easy because there's like Romaji for Japanese, so you can sound it out phonetically just like Spanish. But Korean is like altogether different mouth sounds, and there's just the one language. There's there's zero English, so I'm like, what are they saying? And I have to pause so frequently and Google stuff. They keep a document for each one. I'm like, what are they? What's the word? Booyal?
Google Translate.
Yeah.
My friend.
Only things I know in Korean at this point are the things that are said repeatedly in K-pop, and I'm
감사합니다.
ashamed to admit that.
Yeah.
But like,
Okay.
Don't be
K-dramas.
ashamed.
Mhm.
K-pop and K-dramas are like I'm currently in the middle of Korean Odyssey.
mhm.
Masterpiece.
See, I haven't gotten the pipeline from K-pop to K-dramas yet. I've not been there yet, but
Okay.
We
I
all
have.
need-
I know it's a C drama,
You're
not a
missing
K-drama,
out.
Mhm.
You
but The
gotta-
Untamed has been recommended to me a lot.
I keep seeing that on Netflix.
And I think that's gonna kind of bridge the gap.
Mhm.
Again, I know it's not a K-drama,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but
They
Mhm.
follow a lot of the same as someone who
Yeah.
watches like C and K dramas, they follow a lot of the same formulas.
so I think that might be what finally gets me into it.
Mhm.
We've got to all put K-drama recommendations in the Discord now because there's so
Korean
many, like,
Odyssey.
super
That
good
is the
ones.
one I would recommend for everyone. It's so fucking good. As like I love any lore. The main character, so she's been able to see like ghosts and spirits her entire life.
Mhm.
And as an adult, what she'll do is she'll buy haunted properties, clear out the ghosts, and then resell the properties. And that is like her. It's so good. And then yeah, there's a lot of others. So it's like a little bit of Monster of the Week, and then of course romance.
Oh, the romance.
And it with some other outlying characters, and it's just
Awesome.
it hits all the right points for me.
Nice. We should just start doing watch-alongs. We'll just have like a time in a day where we just kind of get together and do watch-alongs. Sorry, right, stream. So I'll put us back. So sorry. I'm so excited about this.
Just
I'm
finished my
so
lesson, so perfect timing.
nice. All right, I'll put us back here. Boop. Hi, chat. What are your K-drama recommendations? Just love the formula that they use so much. Anyway, okay. Where are we? Oh, right. Tuna and Feora out in the woods. I'm gonna, while the two of you were talking, right. If Feora left the camp, Ladrin, as you wake up to take your turn, or you're waiting, nothing. So you step outside, no sign of Feora.
With my survival skills, because I'm proficient,
Mhm.
can I check for like footprints around the campsite?
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay. Okay. With a 12. Not the best.
12, you said?
Yeah, 12.
I mean, they're super fresh footprints. Now, but it's if we were walking really stealthily. Let me think though. Stealth as being quiet, but you still make footprints. You don't float on the ground. So I'll say that you spot some.
My 30 says otherwise.
Nice. You weren't
I can-
heard.
I could do like produce flame to like brighten my area.
I mean, you see some footprints. In fact,
Okay.
I mean, it's a little hard to spot, right? Because walking silently means not really like, making a bunch of imprint on the ground. But they do join up with another set of footprints that are much more visible.
Okay. She'll have the produce flame still out, like that pretty blue. Because let's see, it's a 10-foot radius of dim light for an extra 10 feet, if that helps. Anyways, she's gonna follow, like if she loses Feora's steps, then she'll follow the other set of tracks.
Yeah. Every so often you catch Feoras, but the other ones are much easier to see.
Okay.
You'll be following them for a bit. Okay, in that case, as you're following them, I'm going to jump back over to Tuna and Fiora. Out much further in the woods.
I'm on my broom to try to like go faster than my walking speed.
All right. Are you making haste?
I'm just like begging Feora. I'm like, please, you have to get back. You cannot be here right now.
What's going on?
I'm literally a werewolf. I thought we knew this, and I've been doing this for the past 2 months.
You've been doing this for the past 2 months?
Yes.
Gee, oh.
Look, I can't always control it or know what's happening. You have to get back.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yes, I'll be fine.
She'll
I promise.
hesitate a little bit. All right. And she'll start making her way back.
You watch.
I'm sorry. I want to go further in to get away from her scent.
Oh, okay. You continue further this time into the forest. Fiora, you turn to walk away. Do you truly go back, like leave, go back to the campsite, or are you like, okay, I'll go, and then you go into hiding distance? What's your plan?
I'm gonna go. I trust Tuna,
Yeah.
and they've got some serious panic going on.
So back to camp.
Yeah.
Are you heading the same way? Are you backtracking?
Yeah.
Okay. About a half an hour's walk back, you encounter Ladrin. You see a light darting between the trees, approaching quickly. What do you want to do, Feyre?
Ladrin?
Well, first you don't know it's her, but then when they get close,
Sorry,
that's okay.
Yeah.
Just want to give you opportunity for anything, but yeah, so it's Ladrin.
It's a blue light. If that like, yeah,
I forgot. I just figured
fine.
I would see that it was her. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. So Ladrin, you also come across Feyre, seemingly walking back from somewhere.
she'll like abruptly stop.
Nope, keep going. This way.
What do you do? Okay. Sure. Who's the other set of footprints?
Tuna.
Oh, okay. Like, okay, now this is making more sense. Here, hop on.
But what about Scully?
Scully stays in your hair.
Ooh, comes down this gigantic spider from the limb behind you, like rotating behind the broom.
Just kidding. I don't want you anywhere near my broom.
Nice. Speaking of surprise things, Thea, you feel a tug at your foot. As everyone's
Okay.
left out.
Yeah. I'll wake up.
Leaning over Leofar. Sorry to wake you. Everyone is gone.
Oh.
Worried.
Well, normally if it was anything bad, it would be in the camp destroying everything. That's been our experience.
Oh.
But I'll get up. I'm sure they'll be back in a few minutes. They're all much more perceptive than I am. Maybe they heard something.
Thank you. I'm just everything we've been through has been absolutely frightening and overwhelming. So just a little bit.
Oh, I understand. We've all had several experiences of which the emotions were abruptly ripped out of us. So stick around, and I'm sure that'll happen to you.
The two of you, come out, and it isn't too. Maybe another half an hour or so when Ladrin first. Are you kind of flying same speed, Ladrin? Okay. You see the Feora, Ladrin, and Scully return. Okay.
Mm.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, is everything all right?
Other than the fact that Tuna's been fighting off werewolf shit for the last 2 months.
Mm.
Okay. Um, they're out. I'm gonna go check the webs.
All right. No. After she leaves, look over at Ladrin. Did Feora not know?
I don't think so. I mean, she knows Tuna is, but I don't know. Probably not.
Right.
I mean, granted, Tuna's been like hiding it very, very well. I was hoping they would maybe want to converse a little more, but I understand it's a really new thing, so all I can do is keep making tea because that's what I'm really good at besides burning shit. So,
All right.
Yeah.
This will call for probably a pretty big breakfast. I should get started.
probably. Ladrin wants to be like scouting the perimeter of the
Right.
camp, and like all of her senses are like hyper aware just in case things go badly and she needs to do like what is that little spike growth thing to try to contain Tuna if we need it.
Okay.
What we discussed earlier.
Okay. Good. Then I'm going to back time up about 30 minutes ago. Back with Tuna. That's about the time. That's the time of night outside of emotional spike or resonance. Where the moon is at its peak. I can ask you to do another, just a straight wisdom saving throw.
23.
Nice. The stakes are high. You know that your friends, I mean, there's a trail and you've walked away, but you're just extra concerned about their scent or their tracks being picked up by this if you shift, and being guarded against that transformation. You feel it pass and, excuse me, are able to push it down for tonight. You return to camp in the morning at the very tail end of night there. I guess I should ask. I wonder. So without sleep, that'll give you 1 point of exhaustion. Are you doing the same thing each night, where you're just like leaving?
I feel like after the first night, if I don't feel like I'm gonna shift, I leave every night, but if I don't feel like I'm gonna shift after that first night, I'll sleep, but I'll just like sleep leaned up against a tree out in the woods somewhere.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
the first night, I always stay awake.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so since there's 3 other nights, go ahead and roll. Let's see. So second night, let's see how it goes. Go ahead and roll just 1d20. We'll see how the second night goes. Since that's like, it's pretty much at midnight, so you'll be able to tell after that if you can sleep.
That's a 13.
A 13. Okay. Yeah, you phase out once again. 13. You find yourself at the edge of that clearing and called again, sort of to step forth into it, and the wolf does as well from the other side. They sit down so to converse again. You approach and do the same, or do you want to do something different?
I'm just gonna stay towards the edge of the clearing and just look at it and say, "Aren't you tired?"
I sleep most of the month. I'm not tired tonight.
Not that kind of tired. Tired of this. tired of this whatever that we argue and we fight to see who wins every single time. It's exhausting.
It's thrilling. Tipped your wolfy head. Why don't you rest then?
I mean, I know I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm not that stupid.
Then a contest again. Very well. As they say, well, as they do, they kind of like let out a wolfy roar. And I think they're gonna go for this grapple thing. I think they found an interest in that to sort this out. Go ahead and make well, they're gonna make an athletics check with your that, so you can do athletics or acrobatics. Find your thing here. All right. And let me know what you got.
I got a 19.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for them now.
The problem is it also uses my athletics, which is ridiculous.
It's really good. You got a 25.
Of course.
It's sort of a wrestling match back and forth. It's not, that quick, because you really don't want anything to happen, and they just don't have those concerns about friends or anything like that. They're new, they're primal, and they just want to hunt. That's really all they know right now. And so everything turns black. Can you please, let's say, make a survival check. If it's 16 or higher, they find their way back to the camp, because you are pretty far out, so honor
It's
that.
a 6.
Okay.
Oh. The dice gods do not want me hurting my friend.
Thank goodness. All right. Let's see. I think Ladrin, you're still on these nights doing that middle watch.
Could I also, before
Ooh.
the night ends out, I did want to
Yes.
follow Feora.
Okay.
At
Nice.
least in the direction they went. I have no hope of finding them, finding her. She decides to sneak.
Nice. Yeah.
She's not sneaking.
Yeah.
She's just going and making sure all the webs are still up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feora.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask how you were faring. I couldn't help but notice the tone when you returned back from camp. Dee is fully wrapped, like in their coverall, in their sleeping bag coverall.
I just didn't realize this was a monthly thing. I knew they were that. I just don't really know anything about werewolves, and they didn't say anything. I just assumed everything was fine.
Mm-hmm.
So then to find out this has been going on, it's just kind of a shock.
And how are you faring with that?
I mean, I don't know. I wish they had said something, but at the end of the day, what are we? Some people that keep doing these things. I don't know.
What? No. I would. Where is this coming from? I don't know. I think we've all been through a lot together. That we would be more than just people doing things.
So then you would think that we would be told when something this dangerous to them and us has been happening multiple times a month. Or that there would at least be some mention of it outside of just assuming that everyone has general knowledge about werewolves.
If I have no expertise on werewolves myself either. If I could say something in not defense but in empathy to opportunity, I very much understand what it's like living with something that you do not have full control over. And opportunity has always been the first one to stand in front of a stray arrow, or the first one to jump into an unsuspecting hole in the ground. I think they were of the utmost concern for us. I don't think they didn't tell us over general knowledge that we didn't know, but I still can understand the not knowing sounds as though it might be the concern.
Just if we're so used to them being the shield, what are we supposed to do when there's suddenly the sword?
I could only think that I don't have actually an answer for that.
I greatly admire Tuna. I do, and I don't want this to seem like I want nothing to do with them. I just wanted to think that we could talk, that things could be said, that we could be leaned on the way that we lean on them.
Have you expressed that to Tuna?
Well, considering that I just ran away to leave them with the whole werewolf thing, I haven't really had the opportunity to talk to opportunity.
I think there is, at where we are right now, I think there is very little that we all cannot come back to each other from.
I think so. It was a lot.
I can understand that.
And I don't think we're all just people that are on these missions together. I think we're friends. Just a little angry, I think.
As someone who feels things very emotionally, you are fully well within your right and entitled to your feelings, but I would always push to speak with opportunity when you were ready as well.
Yeah, well, assuming they come back to us here and not to Wolf.
Well, we've handled wolves before, so worst case, we'll have more things to talk about. More things to talk about.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll go wait, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Shuffle back to camp.
Bear would follow after and send Scully up to the top of the web.
Okay.
and she would just kind of check through Scully's eyes every once in a while.
Okay. Ledrin, on this particular night here, the second night, during your watch, what? I mean, you can make a perception check if you want. I don't think that there'll be, any concern of the wolf coming too close to the camp. You just want to let the night play out and just keep watch on the camp tonight, Legion, for your thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pace pace the perimeter, just like constantly.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know what? Actually, I may for this time wild shape into a wolf just so I can have like a keener sense of like smell, just in case. If that helps. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, your shift goes by smoothly. Last shift, everything goes smoothly. And Tuna, when you return, again, you've killed some medium-sized game, and you're back in your tiefling form. You make your way back to the camp. Everything's together. It's one of those small, like, huge reliefs that undisturbed campsite. Excuse me. But that makes a second night without sleep. So you'll have 2 points of exhaustion. Which might help, right? I think that's speed halved. So that might be helpful.
Yeah, it's not disadvantage on saving throws yet. That's what I'm concerned about.
Jeez, yeah. All right, well, we'll travel to this third night. Imagine we're doing the same watch setup. So Tuna, go ahead, you head out.
I'll say Tuna stopped sneaking out and sneaking back in.
Okay.
Now that the wolf's out of the bag, I'm just I'll kind of at night when everyone's settling in, I'll just kind of look at everyone and nod and then just go.
Is there any role play anyone wants to do before you head out, Tuna, or Tuna heads out, or want to save that for another?
Probably wait until this cycle's done.
Okay.
So I'm not talking to the sleep deprived Tuna that's
Really?
very stressed about.
I'm gonna add this to you. Nice. Okay. Go ahead and roll that. Yeah, D20.
We just have a therapy list at this point. Oh, it's a 15.
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
hoping that's good.
Nice. That's good. Yeah. You feel this well up, but you feel like you have pretty good control over it tonight. And you're able to get rest, so you're back to just 1 point of exhaustion.
Everything just fell off my desk.
Oh no. And then the final night, go ahead and roll a D20 if you would.
Oh shit. An 8.
Yep. On this night, let's see, with an 8, there really isn't any communication. This is, again, you enter your mind and you're instantly in the hunt. The wolf rapidly finds you without having to do anything. And you enter your the wolf is going to attempt to grapple you, but if you have something you want to do as the wolf is running at you, please do.
I'm on the edge of this clearing, right?
This time you're just still in the woods. It's like instantly in the hunt.
Cool. I'm gonna sidestep and see if it'll run into a tree.
Nice.
See if I'm like standing near a tree. Like I'm not fighting it at this point. I'm basically running from it.
In that case, let's make it like a deck save, and it's pretty nimble, so I'm probably gonna make it like a 17 DC, I think.
Well, I rolled a 17. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, nice. Indeed, with perfect timing, you wait till the very last second and sidestep. and the wolf boom, slams, like turns its head at the last minute and shoulder slams into the tree just behind you in the darkness. Growls and what would you like to do? Are you booking it after
Yeah,
you
I'm
dodge?
running.
Oh, okay. You begin hustling. After maybe 12 or 18 seconds, you realize the wolf is running a fair bit faster than you are and is gaining. You do see the clearing in the distance, in case that makes any difference, but you don't think you'll make it there without being forced to do either another dodge or a grapple or something.
Yeah, I'm still just gonna keep running for the clearing.
Okay. All right. You're dashing. They're dashing. So I'm gonna say, because they're also dashing and they need an action to grapple, that you're actually gonna make it to the clearing just before they'll have enough distance closed to be able to not have to dash. So you find your way to the clearing, and as you do, the wolf walks past you growling and then sits down in the clearing as though it's some unspoken law that it must sit and converse if here.
I'll go sit.
Again. Shifts from like a guttural wolf's growl up to your voice. Again. The talking. What is it tonight? You're too weak and weary to be bothered with proper hunt.
Why? Why are you hunting? I know it's what you do, but like, why?
Calls to me. It is what I do. Just begun to live. What is it that you find more pleasure in than following your instincts?
I guess that's fair. I do follow my instincts mostly. I have a compromise for you. I'll stop fighting your hunt if I get to choose the prey who isn't prey.
So this is going to be one of those technically possibles. You get the feeling that there's not a great understanding yet, of course, between the two of you. But I will say, if you want to roll a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Yeah. I'm exhausted.
That might be a little difficult. Okay.
Oh, well, that's a 19. Oh, that was perception. Hold on. I'm stupid.
Okay. No, you're fine.
Let me roll. Oh, it's a 12. I was like, that's really high for persuasion.
That's amazing. Yeah. Another time. Oh, I just struggle to understand you. But I can't hold this back any longer. Let us decide. And they're gonna leap and try and do a grapple. I'll let you can do athletics or acrobatics.
Yep. I'm gonna do athletics at disadvantage because I'm exhausted. Oh my god, I keep rolling the same thing twice.
That's wild. What'd you get?
10.
All right, well, still, we'll see, because they've got to roll 2. It looked like a 1, but it was a 19. It rolled over for 26. Okay. Oh. Right. And once again, it's sort of back and forth until oof, they've got you pinned, and everything goes to dark. The small bit of solace you get from this is that you know that you'll be in Obermon's Mill in like a week and a half, and have some time away from all this. Running at each month, right? You continue to go really good distance from the camp. So go ahead and make a survival check. 16 or higher is enough to backtrack.
Would I be? Oh, it doesn't matter if I'm at disadvantage.
You won't have to do it for the wolf.
Okay. It's an 11.
Nice. Okay. Ladrin, you're on watch with an 11. Are you also in, or this is the night where you're in the wolf form, right? Are you in wolf form for better perception or whatever?
Yeah, probably. There's like a cute, like a blue tint, like a blue sheen
Nice.
to her fur, just to
Love it.
distinguish between like a regular wolf.
Sure. Go ahead and make
Yeah.
a perception check with advantage in the wolf form here. Wolf is gonna get close enough to possibly be noticed, but not like anywhere like at camp.
Where's the stats? Oh, same as mine. 18.
Okay. All right. So you once again, same as before. You don't see it because it's a good ways into the woods. You hear that same sound, and it seems to be running past and not at all toward camp. You just want to let it do its thing, or you want to check that?
Yeah, now that I know by now who it is,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna continue to monitor as long as they're going away from the camp.
They are.
We're good.
Okay. Great. So as it has been, the night wraps up. Tuna, you've got some medium-sized game again tonight. You find your way back into the camp in the morning. I guess that's back down to 2 points of exhaustion because you wouldn't be able to sleep. However, there's a week and a half of travel, and you'll I would even remove those now because that's it. That's the fourth night. So, okay, thank goodness you made 3 months of this terrifying, all these dangerous possibilities, including people, Ladrin and Fior out in the woods, to check up on you, and still, you made it. You made it through. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. And so the next morning comes to be. Everyone's around the campfire getting tasty breakfast. If anyone has any roleplay they'd like to do before we jump over to Obermon's Mill, let me know. This will be the last, a week and a half still, but I'm just going to skip that unless anyone has anything. But breakfast time.
Making my tea.
Hmm.
It's like a ritual at this point, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So making Tuna some tea. Like, she doesn't want to say anything. It's just more of like, you need this to hydrate. But also the herbs are good.
I feel like Tuna normally sits kind of off on their own on mornings like this. And after Ladrin brings them the tea, they just kind of pick it up and just kind of waddle, almost like wrapped in a blanket, like waddle over to where the rest of the group is and like sit on a stone or something, stump whatever is there. Just not really saying anything, just kind of with everybody, just sipping the tea.
She'll set the teapot closer to Tuna now. Just in case.
Breakfast is had. Fiora, did you have anything? Don't have to. Just check in.
I think she would do it after breakfast, kind of away from everyone.
Well, breakfast wraps up, and you're all sort of getting ready to hit the trail. You see Tuna off to the side, sort of like finishing up their, camp pack up and stuff in case you wanted to approach.
Yeah, she would come up soundlessly, of course. So how are you feeling?
It kind of flinches a little bit.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm all right. I'm sorry about the other night, about yelling at you to go away.
Well, when you could turn into a werewolf at any point, it makes sense to yell. Why didn't you say anything?
I'm really scared right now. I was scared that if I told all of you, you would come with me, like you did, to check on me and make sure I was okay. And I was scared I would turn and not realize who you were, or I would realize who you were and still not be able to stop it. And I don't want to hurt anyone. And I'm really scared that I'm going to hurt someone.
I get it. But also, we almost got hurt with this course of action.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I mean, we're not dumb. If you tell us I could turn into a raging monster with no control, won't, I mean, I didn't stay.
Yeah.
I wanted to. It's not hard. It's not easy to run away from a friend that's struggling. But I mean, we're here to help.
I think at the root of all of it, I'm just embarrassed. This is so mortifying. I'm supposed to be the one protecting all of you, and now I'm the one that's probably the biggest danger to you out here. It's so embarrassing.
I know we all lean on you like that, but we're all here to protect each other. We're a team. We're a group. We work together. It's okay to lean on us. You don't always have to be the one in that position.
When we get back to Oberyn's mill, Ladrin is going to get in touch with the researchers that she works with and try to see if we can figure out a way for me to control this or something. But if it happens again before we figure something out, I'd like all of you to help me to not lose it, to be contained at least, if I do, when I do.
We'll do everything we can.
I'll
We're
stop
here for you.
fucking off into the woods then.
Just feel like you can talk to us. We obviously all have our shit. And I know we don't talk about all of it, but At the very least of the shit we know about. Maybe we just stay open.
I'll just kind of like bump my shoulder up against hers,
Mm.
kind of
She'll
squatting a
stumble a
little bit to do it. But thank you.
Of course. Now let's haul ass to fucking Oberman's, because
Yes, please,
so
God,
tired
I
of these
miss
fucking woods.
civilization. Fucking hate camping so much. It's the worst thing in the
That's
world.
bullshit. I want a real bed.
Mm. Mind you, it's about a week and a half ago too that you went back through that valley where the howling took place. So it's just those fresh reminders, like it's the effect of the city. And so let's fast forward another week and a half of travel before you're going to arrive at Oberman's Mill. And I'll read a little thing here as you approach. So the day is finally here. You wake up, you know you're going to reach Oberman's Mill this day. Probably within the next 3.5 hours will be before noon. This is great. And so you do around 11:30 a.m. as you approach the vaulting walls of the city, still about 1,500 feet out or so from the city's doors. This main road is dotted with adventurers and travelers alike. As you pass closer still to the city's entrance, maybe about 1,000 feet away or so now, you pass through another group of these travelers with like 4 or 5 carts set on either side of the road. And someone leaning against the cart off to the right calls out to you. Looks like an elven gentleman, maybe in his early 200s or so. His hair's deep brown and wavy. It rests around his shoulders. Head tipped down a bit, but eyes looking up, honey-colored eyes. Lifts his head a bit further. Sorry, folks. I don't mean to be holding you up none, when I'm sure you're road weary. But my boss has been keeping an eye out for you and would like a word.
Who's your boss?
Who's your boss?
Who
Oh.
is your boss?
You don't need much of an introduction, as they say that. Or Mudgone, your thing pings. I'm sorry, it doesn't ping, because that's only if someone's intending to attack, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So your thing doesn't ping. But 4 mud golems, like in session 0, rise up out of the ground. 2 in front of you, 2 behind you, blocking the way forward, 2 blocking the path behind. And you realize now these carts that are set up on either side have sort of encircled you with these mud golems filling the gaps. Before your eyes, right in the middle of the road before you, out of nothing, out of the empty space there, these little panels, little octagonal, others square, others hexagonal, little panels rotate from invisibility almost, like there's nothing there. Let me find my place here. These small panels start folding in space, revealing these little seams in the landscape, shifting from invisibility, panel by panel. A pair of legs appear, a torso, and a whole ass humanoid appears and shifts from reflective material, and shifts from this invisible-like material to a brushed satin chrome configurate, like skin tone, with lights and lit circuitry illuminating between the plates and panels, revealing a feminine form, but unlike anything you've ever seen. I'm going to switch to battle for the purposes of showing an image.
Gulp.
Yeah, entirely made
That's a show.
from metal, circuitry, and magic. Her eyes glow a bright, almost white, halo yellow color. Strands of fine cable plume from the back of her head and drape like hair in a fiber optic style, lit as bright glowing strands of brass. There is nothing mechanical about the way that she walks as she takes a few steps closer to approach you all. Her voice sounds smooth and soulful, but there's an ever so slight timbre of like a reverb attached. Welcome, Obermon's Mill. I'd like to know what you were doing in my warehouse, says Thaytrii. I'm just going to get that image up. Thaytrii. Mind you, you're traveling with another Elervir that's sort of just been bundled up and kind of hushed to themselves so far. But doesn't seem to be looking at them at all, just the rest of you.
Oof. And I take it due to your use of golems, this is more of a, this is not really a request, is it?
I would like to discuss this without any sort of physical confrontation with this. I have no problem with it, but that's not who I am. I just want to understand. You see, it was interesting. I don't much care for some of the constabulary force here in the city, but they were knocking down my door something fierce. You see, they received a call about a giant owl in one of my warehouses. And when they interviewed my workers, they were given a description. Well, apparently, I corrected my workers to not allow strangers in to look through other people's goods without some verification. The description they gave matched the description they had on file. And so, suddenly they were very interested. And I've been dealing with them for months, insisting I know something about something I know nothing of. And I just have to wonder, why you were in my warehouse and you see there's a lot of wildlife around here, but a bird from the sky flies down and lands on her shoulder, and you see, while it looked like a completely natural bird, this definitely has robotic elements in the way that she does as it lands on her shoulder. Thank you for keeping an eye
out. What is Cyrodiil's reaction?
They have covered their face a little further.
Got it.
Actually, let me think, because they make a quick insight check, Dia, if you take a look back.
Oh boy, here we go.
Let's do it.
So I rolled a 3, but my insight's -1, so hot 2.
It's so tough to tell. They're just kind of like watching and listening and standing there, but you know, they're kind of cloaked up, like they don't want to be after Sunhaven. They don't want to be seen.
Right. Okay. Well, we have no love lost for the constabulary, and it's been a long 3 months. We were in your warehouse because we were being questioned for the murder of Citrone, and it was pointed in our direction that something among your belongings would not only prove our innocence, but also who could have been behind it.
What was this thing?
Let me check my...
A crystal.
Looking around, do they have... It's their golems and then one other humanoid?
Just one other human. Yeah, that elven gentleman.
I'm assuming with the show of force and your entourage that you trust all individuals here, as well as far as you can trust anyone who broke into your warehouse.
Thank you for checking.
It was a crystal.
That makes sense. You can see the connections then. So you were the ones that took it then.
No.
So you were in my warehouse the night it was stolen, looking through goods that weren't yours, but not the ones that stole it.
No.
We did not steal it from your warehouse. No, we did not.
A thief
Based off of
did.
the person that did.
Oh, and did you catch
Murderer.
them?
That
We killed them.
Oh.
Does that count?
yeah.
Yes. And then what did you do with my crystal?
We didn't retrieve it.
You were there to find the crystal to prove your innocence, found the person that took it, killed them, and then just left the crystal on the person.
Okay, well, in our defense, we were in some magical area, and our chance to leave was
Closing in on itself.
yeah.
Pocket dimensions, I'm sure.
He looks past you all. Good. Keep talking, sorry.
You know, they were dying, dead. So
And we were pretty injured ourselves, so it's not like we had time to go back. Like it was either we live or we also die with this bitch. So
and I like living. So
Takes one of these little blue circlets from the side of her neck and removes it. Tosses it
Ew.
on the ground.
Ew.
Little metal thing with like a cobalt blue innards with a light that's zoop, zoop, zoop.
In my own head, I'm like, it's always the neck on this trip.
Nice. A dome appears. Okay, I'd like one of you to step in, please. I don't want to fight, and this will clear things up quickly. You can't lie within this little dome here. If you try to, I'll know. So, whichever one of you wishes to hop in, make sure you're telling the truth. And honestly, happy to be done with this.
Legion will go in, or doesn't matter really.
Okay, Legion steps forward. You pass through.
Good, nothing to hide.
Okay, so you allow that spell to do its thing, the Zone of Truth. And I do think you actually left it on that corpse, right? Or did Feyre steal it at the end? Because you were pickpocketing her pockets.
Oh, I thought we didn't have time.
And
I
then
don't remember what I took.
Yeah, I will say, passive perception wise, I would not know at all because my
Okay.
passive perception is a single digit number.
Nice.
So
Okay.
Yeah, the only crystal I remember taking is from the mountain that's now
Okay.
Oren.
Perfect.
Or if we took some, if we did get a crystal, I think we would have given it to.
I think you sent it in the mail. But I don't think anyone else knows. If you took it, you might not have, but if you did, I think you would have sent it off.
I'll double check the notes too.
It was so long ago.
That's okay. Legion
Yeah.
wouldn't know because that's not something that I think you.
It's not in my notes.
You shared, yeah.
So-
All right. Thank you so much. Sorry. My name is Thaytrii. If I should at least properly introduce myself. Might I ask your name? If you don't want to give it, it doesn't matter.
Ladrin?
Lovely. Ladrin, did you take my crystal, or do you have possession, or did you ever have possession of my crystal from the warehouse?
No.
Telling the truth. Lovely. Thank you very much. And holds a hand out, kind of comes up and attracts like magnetically to her hand. She puts it back on her neck. Well, suppose hoping a bit of a different outcome, but I can do without the crystal. I can look into this maze. That is. Anyway, thank you for. I'm sorry. Who's your friend hidden underneath you look familiar.
Oh, it's a friend of mine.
And Cyrodiil kind of steps a little bit behind you, Legion. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just a friend of theirs. Jobert. So I'm gonna have her do an insight. Oh, she rolled so poorly. Let's see how well they do. They roll much better. All right. All right. Well, don't let me stop you. Snaps her fingers, and the golems kind of earth glide back into the ground. Um, do me a favor.
Hmm.
If you hear word of where this my crystal is, or know where I can access this place where it was lost, please let me know.
How much is it worth to you?
A good deal.
Hmm.
I would say, if you can get it to me while there's still something I want,
Mm.
I would pay 330 platinum pieces.
I was thinking of a 3. That like 30. Good.
To me, that's can the time can change. I don't know if I'll come across something else more interesting. I doubt it. You have a little leeway, but yes, perhaps the next half a year, perhaps, maybe as long as a year. I mean, I don't know how much you're aware of the crystal, but it can be used for a lot of good, and we, especially with things as the way they are now, we could really use it.
I'm gonna look over to Dia and say, I'm sure that people are beating down the door to get that crystal.
Well, we'll keep an eye
Ladrin's
out.
like seething because she knows where that crystal's coming from, and she just helped to revive that thing, and she doesn't want anyone going back into that mountain because that thing is a person now.
Yeah. Well,
It's nature.
we'll keep our ear to the ground.
Thank you. All right. Very well. And good day then. Turns and the panels all fold back into invisibility. And
Really.
Elf,
Sorry.
no, that's fine. Elf just kind of tips their hat and goes back to their business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really getting tired of being stopped by authority when we're not doing anything wrong.
I'm going to spend a sorcery point, so it's subtle spell to cast detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
To just be able to smell. Just I don't need to know where in the area it is, but just to usher us along in case
There's more.
Elevator's still more, just so I can be aware of it and usher us
Ah,
along.
okay.
So we don't have any listeners.
Nice. You can, as you make that happen, you kind of detect her leaving your space, heading back towards the city. And as you approach and even enter the city, thankfully nothing else pings. Seems to
Okay.
just be on her way. So you are back in Obermon's mill. Looks a little different than last time you were here. Let me go back to roleplay mode here. Looks a little bit different. She did, and it kind of resonates. And she was like, "We could really use it the way things are right now." As you walk back into Obermon's mill, this bustling city full of arcane technology, people on the go, like in timed unison, like clockwork. People are going to work. They're having all their celebrations. Um, Beautifully run city that helps one another and everything else. You feel like you're walking into an entirely different city. Even as you enter on either side of the entrance, there's a lot more adventurers that kind of camp outside of the city walls. There's many more tents here than before. And as you enter the city, you see that after walking a few blocks, there are a lot of people homeless and living in the streets here. You walk past the green, the square, the big park near the entrance, and it's been set up as a food dispensary with tents for people that don't have homes to live in, and food for those that can't afford it on their own. All tram services are offline in the city. See, the lifts that spin and rotate and bring people from an upper platform to the throughout the city. There's different heights, and there's these lifts. They're all offline, and there's a bunch of scaffolding built around sets of wooden stairs that you have to walk up and down to navigate the different levels of the city. And there are quite a few businesses that are just shut down. Let's walk through. What would you like to do now that you're in the city?
Can I cast Detect Thoughts
Mm-hmm.
just to see what I can pick up? It's within 30 feet around me.
Okay. Yeah, as you're walking and moving it from one person to another. I mean, just there's a lot of sense of anxieties. You're not, surface thoughts. You're getting anxiety. You're getting desperation. Uh, from some people, you're getting thankfulness. Perhaps they are not in dire straits currently. But there's just a big sense, a shift in the mood. Instead of let's head to work, we'll head to this. We'll have our celebrations, and yes, we're at the forefront of everything. Yeah, a lot of anxiety, and a fair bit of hopelessness, desperation.
I think she'll turn back to the rest of the group, kind of like, maybe we should hurry and get to Ayvaline, because I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
very quick. Yeah, definitely.
All right. So, yeah, you navigate. I mean, the rest of the city isn't any better. You kind of have to cut diagonally through the city to get out to Ayvaline. So, you traverse out. You don't cross the river, but you traverse most of the city to get to her estate, and it's looking this bad everywhere, everywhere. Um, you finally arrive at the estate, and of course, Endolynn answers the door as you knock. Oh, hello. Good to see all of you. Everyone in one piece, right? Sure. Come on in. What's a little more company? Right, Ayvaline's waiting for you. Right round the corner. Gestures to one of those meeting rooms.
Mm-hmm.
As you all walk around the corner, Endolynn closes a door. You navigate down the hallway, through a couple of other doors to this meeting room. And there's Ayvaline sitting in a very comfortable armchair. And there's in front of her is a long coffee table and a couch on either side. On one side of her sits probably a woman a forest gnome woman in her mid 100s, still pretty young for forest gnomes. And on the other side, the other couch, sits Detective Christiana Cloudfang, who was
This one.
interrogating you.
Motherfucker.
Of course, Ayvaline. Oh, well, such interesting timing. Oh, please, pull up a seat. Um, I think you already know the detective, and I'd like to introduce you to our other guest. Please sit. And the detective kind of looks up with this. So the detective is a tiefling as well, sort of a rosy purple skin tone, mid 40s, I think, black and white spotted horns. And looks over, notebook in her hand from whatever she was talking with Ayvaline. As you all sit down on the couches around the Ayvaline, and I think that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Dang.
Boo.
Tuna wants their lawyer present for this.
We're just gonna match that energy back, like watching you.
Nice.
Don't like them.
Nice.
I would like to note, Sarah would probably not sit down.
Oh, okay.
Stay
Ready.
at the entry with her arms crossed.
Nice. You're back in the door, right?
I was
Made you-
literally gonna say Tuna's just standing behind the couch that we're supposed to sit on, just like, what?
I will sit.
Yes. Beautiful. Okay, nice. Well, what a fun session, everyone. Some crazy werewolf scares. Whew,
Mhm.
my goodness. We made it. Made it to Obermon's mill. That seems very different. Which is interesting. It's been 6 months since you left, just to add that bit in. Yeah. So, ooh. All right. So I don't have anyone to raid tonight, but if you're new and you were enjoying what you caught, please consider giving us a follow. You've been watching Sundered Fate, our Tuesday night high fantasy campaign. Come join us next week to see what's going on in the city, who this other guest is here, why the detectives in Ayvaline's house, and what's going on. Yeah, out next week. All right. Have a lovely night, everybody. We'll catch you later. Bye.